I went through, from 17 when I started investing into space to 60 and back now to $7-8. The news break that Russia is invading Ukraine. I saw the worst possible outcome in a very unliquid market and I sold directly all my space shares, okay?
Let me introduce you to my brand new product, X10 Day Trading. Basically, you are sick and tired of your 9-to-5 jobs like I was, then this is for you. Or you just want to get a little bit of money on the side, a couple of $1,000s per month with day trading, where you don't need to know technical analysis and where you watch only 10 videos to know the strategy that I used to 10x $2,000. Yes, in 1 month, and I did it twice. And let me tell you what comes with it. A 30-minute call with me, plus an exclusive group that is coming only with this purchase, plus a second 30-minute call with me a couple of weeks later to see if you're going. So I'm holding your hand, but obviously it's time limited, so 50 people maximum. Get in if you want right now.
Welcome to your favorite show on the internet, Virgin Galactic Fridays. Every Friday we are talking about all the things happened to space, and what a week, earnings week, right? And the stock went up, and that's what we talk about. First, we will talk about this performance of space in the last 7 days. Then we would talk about I sold all space shares, okay? I really did. And then something happened, so stay tuned. Then we will talk about the Q4 earnings highlights, and then finally we will go into the stock chart to see if we see something that is around the corner for Virgin Galactic that might crash or help the stock to go up. So stay tuned, watch till the end. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button with the bell. So Virgin Galactic is doing quite of a recovery, you can say, this week. So we pretty much came down from about, $9, $10, here the 17, 18. The end of the week was quite not so good. Then Monday was also not so great. And then we had Tuesday push. Then we had the issue with the overall market sell-off, right, on Wednesday. And then we had the, let's say, crash, but then recovery on Thursday. So we're going to those places where we are still, going to those 10% gains after the 10-12% gains from the earnings. And it seems like the earnings really helped the stock to get back to those levels at almost $9, which seems to be the plateau for now. And now it's really depending on the overall market. The earnings were nothing that, overblown expectation or whatsoever. So now it's the overall market. Are we holding those levels? Are we going further to those levels? Are we seeing more and more of gains, right? This will be the big question here. I'm seeing a market cap of $2.3 billion while still having $1.3 billion essentially in the bank. So it's a quite of a cheap deal for all of this news that we heard on the earnings call. Is quite nice that we're having this year as a really nice action year, right? This year will be tremendous with news, test flights, operation, commercial operation. I cannot wait. So I don't know, and I will not say my prediction for the stock where I'm seeing this, end of the year or whatsoever, because this is always not so great to talk about because nobody knows, right? I definitely know if they all pull this up. If this all pulls through that, then we will see a whole different valuation on the stock. Okay guys, so here's what happened. The news break that Russia is invading Ukraine. Okay, in the market, the futures went super down and I sold directly all my space shares, okay? It was like a circuit breaker, right? I saw the worst possible outcome in a very unliquid market and I thought, okay, this is not good. So I waited off, I made a live stream and everything. And then I thought, okay, you know what? Let's assess the situation quite, let's say, unemotionally, okay? So we have circulating news that geopolitical tensions are about on the horizon, and the worst case scenario is invasion of Russia and Ukraine. Okay, so this happened. So basically what the market always doesn't like is basically uncertainty. Okay, the market likes facts. Okay, if the facts are there, the market can price it in, good or bad, it can price it in, right? But then after that, you are having a kind of a tick in the box, let's saying like, okay, now this will happen, it seems like it will happen, so there's not more bad news to come, right? We know there will be sanctions and everything and so on. Then, and this is the more important part, with all of this geopolitical tensions, we are seeing that the Fed will not have the power to really cut down on the balance sheet, cut down on the interest positive politic, right? And raise rates like 0.5 basis points or half a basis points / 50 basis points in March will not happen, and those 7 to 9 rate hikes will also not happen in this situation, okay? So this is actually good for the markets because this is something that weighted on the markets, right? Because the markets were afraid that, you know, things are getting really bad for the markets because the Fed is putting the rates too high too fast. So as soon as I got that, I thought, okay, if this is really happening and the market will price that in, we rather have the opportunity to go from the low levels to those up levels, and that's then I was buying all back. So all of that was just a couple of hours. I didn't lose anything, and in fact I make a little bit of a profit. So I'm back into space. 80% of my portfolio is back in space because this is the only big stock that I want to hold for the next 1 or 2 years at least to see the whole value getting back into the stock. So I will be here with you, you know, and I love to share this with you guys transparently because, you know, if I won't be, there was many rumors that I'm not in space anymore. I went through, you know, from 17 when I started investing into space to 60 and back now to $7-8, and I'm writing this with you. And if I'm going out, I'm telling you this, but I was out, I was in, so nothing really changed. But you know, I want to understand my thinking should reflect you to you, so you learn also with me. And I really love that. So if you like that, smash the like button, subscribe, and check out also the extend day trading because those volatile markets are perfect for trading. And the first trade that we did in the group was very successful with 30% gain. So check out the link into the description as well as you saw the trailer in the beginning of this video. So let's dive further in. So, not a big surprise what we heard on the earnings call as well as the Q4 earnings. But why the stock is then raising? Well, there were two things that were kind of surprising, right? After the last earnings, it was like a kind of tone in the text, but for me, not really clear, like, why is that, right? They said like, okay, they will start operation like 2023, right? And everybody was, oh, another delay, right? So actually now they said we are on track to finish the enhancement period Q3 of this year and Q4 starting the commercial operations, which is fantastic news, obviously, right? So this is why the stock jumped. Another great news was the 50 additional ticket sales, which is, you know, 50 times $150,000 deposit, and later on 50 times $450,000 on the revenue, which is future revenue, which is great, right? So we are having many advantages now because we are having more catalysts in the near future than things that can drag us down. Okay, obviously delays are always things that can pop up just randomly, right? Or we having, you know, an issue with that development, or we having an issue with the finding of the right people for the Delta class vehicle or suppliers or whatsoever. But in the end of the day, you know, the overall picture looks quite well. So ticket sale reopen again. We are on track on commercial operations. So flights, okay, flights, what many people want to see, flights, we want to see the spaceships in the air and in space. Then we are seeing, you know, more and more of news about the building of the and scaling of the fleet, right? So mothership will be built with some suppliers. The spaceships will be, you know, a facility will be developed to produce this on scale and so on and so forth. There was talks about the next spaceport, right? They are basically having the capacity to fly 36 times per year in 2023, while this will be building up. But VSS Imagine can fly 2 times and VSS Unity can fly 1 time per month, okay? This is 36 flight is more than SpaceX did last year. So it's something, guys, okay? It's something. It's basically the most frequent space line in the whole history of space so far. So we're making progress in the very right direction. So stay with me on that. Let's dive into the stock chart. So, as you can see, we are in the chart of Virgin Galactic, and let's have a look. So yeah, it seems like we predicted somehow this, you know, a little bit of a bounce here. It came a little bit earlier, sold off, and now we are seemingly to bounce back. Now it will be very interesting because I see there's a really good opportunity that the market could, you know, go higher from here because the crisis in East Europe are slowly, like the market don't like uncertainty, okay? But the event that happened is now certain, and it happened, so you know the market can react on that, right? So you can see now that the markets are reacting, and all of this news just came now on the table. So I'm very curious how Friday will be, but look at the chart here. Now we are in the middle of the Bollinger Band. We are now very close. Let me remove the drawings here. We are very close to the 50 moving average. So once we reach there, this will be the next resistance point here at $10.87. We could break through that, and then we would go further on the hunt on the 200 moving average, which would be here in 22.68. I think this is more of a range that we will see in the second half of the year, but I could be wrong. Unfortunately, I don't think that we will get, you know, to those levels before we see some flights. You know, flights are so essential. I see this in the comments, like, where is the next flight? When is the next customer flight? When is the next research flight, right? I feel like many investors are waiting to see those movements of the company, which like milestones, like very crucial to them buying more stock or getting back into the stock and so on and so forth. So very much of a situation here today, 10 or almost 11% gain today in the overall scenario. So I'm really looking forward how the next couple of days would be. I'm tending more to the recovery of the market, and let's see how we end up. So let me know in the comments below. Are you buying? Are you holding? Are you selling? Did you sold and bought back? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Have the best weekend ever.